Hey guys, welcome back to That Film Bro channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Superman film, which I saw last Friday, which is great. I'll talk about it soon, so I'm not going to say anything now. So, welcome back to the channel, first off. There's going to be a lot of videos posted about films coming up soon because there's so much coming out, which is so exciting. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you do. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and I'll see you when I'm talking about it. The film starts off with Superman being defeated for the first time ever since coming to Earth 30 years ago. And it starts with a background story of the DCU, this new DCU, which they are building. And then it goes back to fight the Hammer of Baravia, which we found out is Ultraman. And obviously later on, we find out Ultraman is David Corenswet's character Superman, like a clone, which is awesome. So Superman throughout the film is being terrorized by citizens and Lex Luthor, who is played by Nicholas Hoult perfectly. And it's all about him trying to get people on side with him and like to find out that he is this great guy and like people should support him. He's saving people. And by the end of the film, he's really redeemed. Not that he needed to be redeemed, but he's like, by the public, they really like him again, which is great. And it sets up another Superman film. So, yeah. So, I just spoke about the whole plot of the new Superman film. And I spoke a bit about how it sets up this new DCU, which is awesome. And honestly, if they continue to make films like this and the continuity is all there, then Marvel has got a big opponent finally, which they should have had in the beginning but didn't, which is great. And you know, Marvel have been coming out with some, for use of not good words, shit projects recently, and that's not good. And DC is cooking with Superman, and James Gunn has said that he is reading every screenplay for everything. So that's such a great thing because James Gunn is a great screenwriter, scriptwriter, director especially. So let's talk about Superman. David Corenswet as Superman is such a great iteration, and I think that with him in a couple more projects, I think he will beat Cavill out of the park. He's great. He is Superman, and people compare Christopher Reeve to this like perfect Superman thing, but David Corenswet is a lot better than Christopher Reeve, I think. But I really like Cavill as well, and I really like Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, Justice League. But I think Corenswet could be so much better. When we see him again, his character will just have improved since this one. And I think he's great in this one. Honestly, he's such a great Superman. It captures your heart straight away. He's just great. And I think it helped with James Gunn's writing. Obviously, it will have boosted his performance, but I love it. I loved his performance anyway, and I probably would have if it wasn't James Gunn that I took over. But yeah, Corenswet's awesome. Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult, honestly the best Lex Luthor we've ever had in live action. He's such a great iteration of Lex, and he's fueled with so much hate. There's literally scenes where he's in tears because of how hateful he is towards Superman, and he has a whole monologue about being envious towards Superman, which is such a great addition because we know that, but we've never actually had that in anything before, and we know why he's so hateful towards Superman now, which is great. And I loved his character arc and everything, and I can't wait to see him again because he was such a perfect casting. He looks like Superman from the comic, Lex from the comics. But yeah, Nicholas Hoult is a great actor anyway, and he just smashes it in this. He's such a great Lex Luthor, and yeah, as I said, I can't wait to see him again in the future, which I hope we do, because there is another Superman film going to be made at some point, which is great. So yeah, I can't wait to see him again. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, she was great as well. Lois Lane is supposed to be this like great reporter who's always, like so much better than everyone else, and she is, and she portrays this so well. She's just such a great actress as Lois, and I'm glad that she is Lois. So yeah, we don't see a huge amount of her, which was a shame, but she's just great. Like, just there's not more to say. She's awesome as Lois Lane. She embodies this character, and she's clearly read a lot of stuff about her because she was great. Jimmy Olsen was great. Skylar's great as Jimmy Olsen. I think that he should have had more screen time like Lois, but he didn't. But we saw all of the characteristics of Jimmy Olsen, which is great. I just love his character. He's just a funny addition. The lady swooning over him and stuff. It's just funny, and I love it. So he was great. The person who played Cat was great, and Perry was great, but he again didn't get much screen time, which is a shame. Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho was great as well. We've never seen Metamorpho in live action, but it's definitely the best we're going to get in live action of him. And obviously being manipulated by Lex to create kryptonite to attack Superman was such a great thing, and then him turning on Lex and helping Superman, like creating this sun for him, was great as well. I loved Metamorpho. Mr. Terrific was a great character, like one of the best characters in the film, and I don't really know a lot about him anyway, but after this film I want to read every comic about him because he was such a great character. And obviously the Justice Gang, which is obviously going to be the Justice League at some point, but with Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion, he was so great, and I can't wait to see him in the Lantern series. And Isabella Marcid as Hawkgirl is great. We've not seen Hawkgirl in live action. We've seen Hawkguy in Black Adam, which was great, but Hawkgirl was like amazing. Hawkgirl was amazing in this. I absolutely loved her, and obviously she kills one of the main characters, which is crazy, but I absolutely loved her portrayal of Hawkgirl. If I were to rate Superman out of 10, I would give it a 1000 out of 10 because it was such a great film, and obviously it's the start of the DCU, and the DCU is looking great, and I can't wait to see them do Batman and Wonder Woman and all of the main Justice League people. The Flash is my favourite DC character, so when they do him, they better do him great. So I can't wait for that. James Gunn is great, and obviously he did Creature Commandos before this, which was also great, and introduced us to Batman in the DCU. But yeah, Superman, great first DCU film, and I think we're going to get a lot more great stuff coming from DC. I also didn't speak about the cameos that were in this film, so massive spoilers. When I saw John Cena pop up in one of the interviews on the TV that Superman was watching, that was crazy. Like, there was audible gasps from the audience, and I love that about films. And obviously Frank Grillo as Rick Flag, and we know that he's after Peacemaker for killing his son, which sets up Peacemaker Season 2, which was great. And I can't wait for Peacemaker Season 2, because Season 1 was awesome, and you should all go and watch that. Also, seeing Will Reeve as a reporter is great. And obviously, he was offered the role of Superman originally, but he turned it down because he doesn't want to act. He's a reporter in real life, which is really good. So I really liked him. I also liked the names they dropped to link in other stuff with the DCU, like Stag Enterprises is in it, which is to do with Batman and Gotham and Bruce Wayne Enterprises. And obviously they also mentioned Big Belly Burger and Jitters, which are both key parts and stuff that's mentioned in The Flash, which is great that they're setting up that already. I just love this movie. It's such a great start to the DCU. So yeah, that is my Superman review. I can't wait for the future of the DCU. It's looking bright and colourful, finally. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video today. It was shorter than the others, but, you know, Superman's a great film. Go and watch it at the cinema. I am begging, because it needs to make money so they can continue it. Superman's great. Go and see it at the cinema.